Hello, welcome back. I gotta make this super quick, guys. Transformers TCG discussion. And that's what it's been this whole time. Whether I'm trying to come up with new characters, um, you know, like Pinpointer here, who is a battle master, pretty much a target master, but that's what the card game does. Um, Energon and base cards, and the guys that have really had the time to devote some time to the game, had some time to, and what do I mean by that? By playing, printing, playing with each other over and over and over, working out the probability factors and all this other interesting stuff that goes along with this type of TCG and whatnot. They've made some good stuff. They've made some good sound stuff. Depending on what group, some groups' cards were a little too strong. The Arcs Wave 1 was really strong. And I did get to play with somebody over the phone. I think we're still good, with each other. We haven't talked in over a year now, maybe 2 years. But we got, and I got to test some of my cards during that experience, and he was like, "Oh no, what's he gonna play?" And that's just the thing, is a lot of my stuff is really not that strong. And even when, let's see, what did I have in my hand? 3 Zap cards. This stuff. Where was I going with this? Is that, and the guy on Discord who we were going back and forth with on Discord about the game, because he's wanting to make some new stuff. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Hopefully he can be inspired and create some of his own salt and pepper to the game. And that's what this should be. This should be, nothing's official anymore. Nothing's official anymore. Hasbro gave it up. Wizards of the Coast no longer makes it. It is almost over for 6 years. You feel old yet? I have enjoyed trying to make some, character cards for the good or the bad. And yes, I'm stuck doing a lot of camera work or screenshots. And the guys that me don't like screenshots. But I have found there's a bit of an art to that. And even then, Wizards of the Coast was doing the same thing. Many of our images from some of the early waves came from the Regeneration comics. They were even stealing from themselves. Of course, they own the rights, and they used the imagery from the Legacy game to be able to make the character cards from Wave 1 and then Wave 2 until they, ran out of that art. And the game being canceled was complicated. It really is more complicated than I would like to make it out to be. That a lot of us would like to make it out. Oh, it was COVID. Oh, gosh, it was 2020. Oh, Hasbro was doing this and not making much. But didn't Magic the Gathering have 5 waves that year? But yeah, there was a lot of factors: lack of marketing, lack of artists from the sounds of it, and along some other things. And the neat thing is I think more than one person got to know the know of how to, making this stuff. This is official. This is one of mine. What is this? Tactical Computer Station with a hybrid white and black pip. I've delved into the spit it out, the hybrid cards, the hybrid pips. Am I using them in the right way? I'd like to. I don't know. I'm putting my own spin on it. Again, this feels like this should be a sandbox moment. And it's been that way for a long time. Go to my Dropbox. Screenshot some of my stuff. Get it printed out. Play it. Test it. Use it. See if you like it. If you like it in with certain sets, in certain types of decks or not. I don't know. I really hate to say, I don't know. And I was trying to lay out some stuff to like make a game or something, and I realized everything that I pulled out were orange pips, and these are all official. Unfortunately, they're all in different, and I don't have time to go through all this, and I came home late. I was supposed to try to play with someone over the phone, I guess. I don't have a cam. I have this. So, and Octagon was fun. I remember a Facebook friend and he's one of my subscribers here on YouTube. That he is. And longtime Transformer fan. We're about the same age, And we did some playing on Octagon a little bit, and because I paid, I was able to put some of my stuff in there. Only thing is we found out the hard way. He has to also pay, and he has to have images of my images to be able to see them, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time, so maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember, but I remember there was some tricks to it. Now, but our cards and my cards and your cards and it's a sandbox moment. Okay? When I didn't think anybody was really making cards, I was creating my own. They're in the back. I'm not worried about my own templates for characters. Own templates for character cards and brand new characters. And I started drawing my own Combaticons, and drawing my own characters that I created in like 87 or 88 during season 3 of the old show. And I drew my own Protectobots, because I'm like, oh, what else can we add to the game here? And that was summer of 2020. And then I found through Facebook, who I just call the guys, were doing the same thing. After I found someone on my YouTube thing here is like, hey, use the Magic Set Editor. It's free. Do this. Oh, it's like, and some people are like, hey, here's a few names if you'd like to. Oh, I like that boat character. This is cool. Try this. Try that. Do you like this? Do you like that? I was getting input, and I enjoyed it because it was fun knocking around the sand in Sandbox with the community. It was fun. It was a great time, even though the game had ended. If I'm remembering my timeline here, I need to let this go. I'm not going to have any stop motion ahead of this because I have another video in the works that I have to edit to get out there, that I'm finishing up undisclosed chapter characters that I've started and redrawn and recolored and etc. And I was going over them. It's been April of 2024 on this channel since I did any of that. I'm like, oh my gosh, we didn't finish it, I don't think. So I want to finish that. And yeah, these are probably still not final. I hate to say that, but that's just the thing. And that was another thing, I mentioned, one of Buddy's cards, Double Strike. And, sometimes screenshotting is just the best thing you can do. People are putting images out on Facebook all the time, and what can you do? Click. Click. Ooh, I'm going to use this. Oh, I could use this. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is cool. And that's what he did. That's what he did. And we're just having fun. It's in casual setting. There might be some tournaments now here and there, but I don't know. There's going to be a card thing. It's not even a Comic Con. It's like a TCG con in my town like in a week, and I'm like, whoa, cool. Did I just dox myself? But and I'm like, I wonder if I can try to get to that. But I don't know, but probably not. But just I have just enjoyed creating stuff for the game. And a lot of us guys in creative mode 5-6 years ago were all thinking the same thing because we all enjoy the same characters, whether it be Perceptor, Ultra Magnus, the Terracons, the Seacons, Pretenders, etc., etc. And what did I try making first? Headmasters, which ended up just turning into Battle Masters as a utility upgrade. But they were still characters. But the other guys were going to try to make them to where they would be in your deck, and you would get them as upgrades first, and then I guess once the upgrade got knocked in, then they would get turned into their bot mode, which is kind of opposite of other battle masters that start as characters, and when they get knocked out, they go onto a character in upgrade mode, and when they're knocked off, they go into the KO. Same thing, but but complete opposite. I never saw that come to fruition from them. But then, even if you are trying to do that, you wouldn't be able to do a sleeve like this. You'd have to use a sleeve like this. So you'd have to. You couldn't use just blank sleeves. Device virus, if it means anything to you. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. Remember that one company that was allowing us to send in our artwork? This was the back, this was the front. Energon, oh gosh. And I hate to throw those cards out because I paid kind of, pretty penny for them. And after going back and looking at them, I'm like, whoa. I don't know about those anymore. But I'm proud of them, I guess. And proud of my little twin core backing. They did what I asked for, and then after a while they stopped. They're like, whoa, we can't do this anymore, guys. If you remember, I forgot the name of the company. But anyway, so that was one of mine. But and it's been fun being a part of the sandbox, but part of the community. I still am. I'm not going anywhere because I've won some stuff. I've got some dice, or a die from, I almost said Rodimus Primal, not Rodimus Primal. What is his name? Oh, God. We haven't heard from him much anymore. He was an artist for Disney, and he's done a lot of artwork for the game. Unofficially, of course. And he had a little thing, and I was keeping up with him on YouTube. I don't know what happened to him. I forgot his name right off. And then Wreck and Rule, I won something from them. Won something from Discord, from Energon Hustlers or ATP. I forgot which. And I think we've all really had fun with this because I think we all have a lot of the same ideas. Because I try to come up with, I don't see it here, the sword as the Windblade turns. I didn't like that Combiner Wars series. I always make fun of it because it's just too much Windblade. But she has the sword, and it showed back up in Cyberverse, and I think that's where I got my screenshot from. I got two, actually. But then the guys, they also did that same sword. I can't remember the name of the sword. And mine was different from theirs, but it was the same name. Where yours can still stay on the battlefield as long as you still have a character in bot mode, then goes on that character in bot mode. It just escaped me. But so it was. I just find it interesting how whether this guy on Discord, who I really don't know, is telling the truth or not. And he can't speak for a committee of people unless he's somebody I know. And unbeknownst to me, his involvement. But I don't think so. Because we're all on the same wavelength. And, it came to my not just making, playing around with hybrid pips and thinking, hey, if we have two different colors on a pip now, then multiple things need to be happening. I need to keep it simple, but multiple things can be happening with something like a hybrid pip. But I've tried my hand with base cards. Here's a lot of my base cards printed out, a whole lot, and I might have a few more over there. And I've really tried testing these out as much as I can, even though I'm playing me, myself, and I, for what it is. And I like them okay. I think they're okay. But trying to figure out how it goes with the flow of the game has been key. And then incorporating my pile of Energon, and that's something else this guy mentioned, is he gave me an idea. I'm like, wow, cool. I like that. The different colored Energon. Because my Energon is just regular Energon. +1 to attack, +1 to health, and +1 to defense. And again, when testing, and I have those, I found myself, I'll put them on a character, but I'd rather put this on here. I like this bold 2, or I like this tough 3, or I like this better than this Energon. So, but I'm trying to also incorporate where other cards are triggered with abilities because Energon is on a character. So I think there's a lot of neat domino effects, or maybe that's the wrong word, that we can do now with this, even with what little I've done with it. Whether I'm like, oh, well, we have secret actions. What about a secret upgrade? Oh, these guys have turned stratagem into mission cards, and you get a certain satisfy this certain trigger, you get to flip it over, and you get to have something new going on. Wow. How genius is that? As well as, oh, well, let's, we have this, we have secret actions. I've got secret upgrades. What about a hybrid secret action where you can play it as an action or as a secret action? And I just keep it simple. So more things can be added, more things can be played around with it, as well as even my yellow pip, which I've asked the question. Nobody's answered me. Should we keep this where for each yellow pip you flip on defense, takes out total pierce, all pierce that your attacker flips, or only their flip pierce? When I've ever played and tested these cards out, I've only done nullified flipped pierce. But then they're still going to have pierce of some sort on the character, on an upgrade, from a stratagem maybe. Human distraction is a... my family, somebody might be home. I may have to quit. Oh, there's Energon, badly printed. But I've used it. Human distraction. And I've tried it a few times, and I don't like it. Because it takes pierce off the board for both players. Everything dealing with base cards affects both players on the board. And human distraction, I don't like it, because now I don't have pierce. Unless it... How did I word this? Oh, wait a minute. No, it doesn't. Unless I've changed it. When a character defends, reduce the attacker's pierce by 3. So it's not taking. I thought it was. I may have to go back. This might be old. I don't know. Black and green pip, and only the Decepticons can get it on the flip. It makes a type of sense. Everybody used to complain during the first 5 waves. Oh, the Autobots are too strong. Oh, the Autobots are too strong. Oh, we don't like Pierce. Oh my gosh, Pierce broke the game. Oh no, we don't like. And I'm like, well then, the game's over. Let's fix it. Press the advantage to come back in. Allow this to be played again. To where if they're playing this, then they're penalized because I have a secret action that does something if they play it. Or base cards where I have prevented from, if you have this certain base card, no, your player cannot play Fusion Board. I've done it. Hello? You don't just say, ban the card. No. Help fix the game with prevention, with cards that can try to prevent your other player from playing or working. But, I understand. I don't know TCGs as well as these guys do. And lucky for Dan and maybe a few others, understand these types of card games better than I do. And I get that. I'm not that savvy. It took me forever to understand. You want to go back and have a laugh at me? Go ahead. You can go back to videos from 2019 of me trying to play the game by myself, and you'll be like, boy, is that wrong? What was he thinking? Oh my gosh, this is bad. Yeah, it was. It took me forever to figure out how to play this game, and I still don't understand Magic. And I got a good friend of mine 20 minutes away makes fun of me for that. You can figure out Transformers, but you can't figure out Magic? No. But I'll just end this discussion here, and I'm very serious. Yeah, they just drove in. That tell me what you think. And I appreciate if you see something that I've done and you like it and you want to go, let's fix this. Let's make this better. Let's make this stronger. I think you've already done some of that, and I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I'm not offended. It's hard to offend me. I'm over 50, guys. I lived through the 70s and 80s. I think we're all on the same wavelength for a lot of this. And I appreciate all the comments from 5 years ago. And all the help. Paint 3D. Magic Set Editor. To where I've been able to try to come up with a lot of interesting things, and every now and then I'll just play official cards only. Just play and get everything out of whack, out of my mind, and go, okay, just doing regular stuff here. Well, see you next time. Thanks for watching. As always, Autobots, let's flip out and let's roll for it.